Gonna be. I just got this from B&H. Oh, let's see what's inside. All right, camera. Right. Limited warranty. All right. Next strap. 20 to 75 kit lens. I mean, you might as well order it with the kit lens. It's already cheap. Might as well just get it. Never know when you'll need it to travel or something, or if you just don't want to take all the expensive lenses. Charging base, micro USB, and battery. And here's the body. Nice. So, body, charging base, micro, battery, neck strap, 28 to 75 kit lens, lens hood. Yeah, pretty much, pretty cool deal. I got it for $21.98, and couldn't be happier. I'm gonna be testing this out. I actually have a Canon 5DMark IV that I just bought, and honestly, I just can't decide that I could whether I should return it, keep it, and get the MC11 adapter to use it with the rest of the Canon lenses. It's obviously the Nifty 50. This is cheap, but all the other lenses I have, I don't know if I should just keep it, use this for stills, and use the Sony to complement it for low light. For me, to be honest, I can get a 24 to 70 2.8 L lens for about $1,400-1,500 US, warranty, everything. They're pretty affordable. The same one for this one is exactly $2,200. That's like $600-700 difference. And to be honest, for me, I don't know if I'm willing to take that leap, but I'm gonna test this camera out with the kit lens at least for this week. I know it has better dynamic range overall. I already seen it at a Best Buy and I liked it. This one I ordered through B&H, of course, and same with the 5DMark IV. But I don't know, so I'm gonna be testing them out. See if I'm gonna keep them both and use the Sony one as a dedicated body, and just end up pretty much selling my A7iii, which I'm recording with right now with the kit lens as well. So I might end up just keeping this one as the dedicated video camera or for videos, and sell the A7iii and still keep the Canon for stills. Canon's still good for video. As far as 1080p goes, it's great. It's more than enough. Obviously this one's going to be better for 120 and 4K and full frame usage out of it, versus this one having the crop of 1.7. I don't know, it's too much. But I do like the feel of this one. This one's slightly smaller. I really don't care that it's smaller, as long as it works and it does a job. Obviously it has a ton of little features with it, or a lot of features that comes with it that this one doesn't. I personally think if the Canon 5D had every single feature, and forget every single feature, if the Canon 5D literally only had the 120 for the 120 frames per second at 1080p and the 4K recording with the software this has versus the JPEG motion one that this has, I think this would be the perfect camera. Also the IBIS would be better, of course. So for sure, for me, the perfect Canon would be having the Sony IBIS, the 4K recording. Well, I wish this can have the actual 4K usable recording that the actual Sony has, versus the one that this one has, which is extremely large files, really not usable. Too much work for your computer. Not only that, but you're using one whole SD card for like an hour of video, like 256 gigs or 128 gigs, which is ridiculous. And yeah, pretty much that would be it. Mirrorless would be great. So, well, I don't know. These are just my little thoughts on it. This is kind of like an unboxing, just to give you guys a heads up. They are back in stock at B&H. They're putting it on their website that they're available until August 27th, but I ordered it. Today is August 22nd, 2018. I ordered it on the 20th. So it got shipped out yesterday, and then I got it today. So pretty much the day after I ordered it, it got shipped out, even though it says it was delayed. So I would suggest if any of you guys are interested in ordering the A7 III, order it now. If you're out of state, I think if you're not from New Jersey or New York, you don't get charged taxes. So that beats like what, 200 and for me it's $210 in taxes that I saved that I'm gonna get charged through B&H. Best Buy still sold out. They have no estimated date at all, and even if you pre-order it and pay for it, it's just at a first come first serve basis for mostly of all the camera manufacturers that are carrying it or selling it. So I don't know. The big problem I'm having right now, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the reason why I ordered this ahead of time before I have time to send this back. I have about a week to return this. I'll get a full refund. I have all the glass just because I've had it before with the A7iii that I was using for a long time, and it worked fine, but I'm trying to do both photography and video now. But I always use the A7iii for video to cover car shows and all that. But long story short, I can decide between the Sony A7 III and the Canon 5DMark IV. Do I think the Canon 5DMark IV is great? Yes. It's great for pictures. It's great for stills. A lot of people use it professionally for recording or taking pictures of weddings. The 1080p is very usable. It's actually really good. The color science as well. Sony, from what I've seen in videos, I've watched tons and tons of hours of video just to decide whether or not to get this Sony, and honestly I think this is a really good camera. Based on everything I've seen, I've tested it out a little bit just, you know, at the Best Buy or little camera shops, and I actually tested it with the kit lens and I was really surprised at the results that I was getting from it. I don't know if, obviously people are saying it's badass, but just based on what I saw on the back of the screen, I was wowed from it. Also the tilt screen is freaking dope. So I don't know, I would like your guys' advice. Anybody that's a camera person out there that's a real pro, and what I mean is somebody that, preferably someone that is a Canon shooter or that has been a Canon shooter with a 5DMark IV in a professional way, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see if I can actually stop doing this so much as a hobby and actually really take it serious and start doing wedding photography possible. I've kind of only done portraits. I really don't have that much portrait work that I just started posting on YouTube. I did start off with a 5DMark II. It was great for video, but then I really started seeing the demand that people started asking me for photography. I don't know, man. I just can't decide. And I just went up from the 5DMark IV. I went up from the 5DMark II to the 5DMark IV just because I know it was going to be overall a better camera and get better results. As far as dynamic range, I think that's the main reason. I feel like that's the main reason I got this for. That's the one thing that I always saw in videos from like Jason Lanier, and his photography was really great. I seen the one camera guy and Jason Vong doing it on YouTube, and I don't know, man. I really like the video production that they got out of their weddings, and I think it's great. Is it for everybody? I don't know. Is it hype? Yes, but I've tested it out and it's amazing. So far from what I've tested out in like just the shops, and obviously I test this one out in comparison to that. Canon is known for for their good L glass, and honestly, it's, now that I think about it, it's actually somewhat more affordable glass than the actual Sony. So I don't know. I would like your guys' advice if I should keep the Canon body, use it as my main stills camera, and keep this one as a video. Obviously, I'm gonna have to actually upgrade that the Sony lens to at least a baddest, I believe, the 25 f2, or is it the Sony 28 f2, I believe, which I think would be enough for me as far as video goes, because I'm usually covering car shows and I'm usually just using the Crane 2 with it. I've done the A7iii. I use the A7iii with the 10 to 18 STM lens, and it's been great, but it's been 4 years that I've been using the A7iii, and I just think it's time to upgrade. So I would like all your opinions, your advice as far as Canon versus Sony, stills versus video, and price from L lenses versus the Sony G Master lenses for the same equivalent, how expensive and ridiculously priced they are. I get it, it's mirrorless, I get it, it's better glass for Sony, but I think Sony should price them at least equal to the L glass pricing that Canon has, and I think it would be more than reasonable. More people would even jump on it easier, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Should I return the Canon, keep the Sony, invest more in glass, sell the 3-4 portrait lenses that I have for the Canon? And honestly, if I sell all my glass that I have for the Canon, I'm probably realistically only gonna get either 2 really good portrait. No, I'll probably be able to afford the 85 to 1.8 Sony lens, and maybe I'll probably be able to get the Samyang or the Rokinon 35mm 1.4 if I sell all the glass that I have for Canon, including the 7iii. So I don't know. I would like your guys' opinion on it. Please let me know what your thoughts are. And this video is more for, this video is more for me to get your guys' opinion. I've tried reaching out to certain people that I know that are good at this, but I'm getting a lot of some people are responding to me with saying, "Oh, the 5D is great, but I sold my 5D4, but I got the Sony," and then I have people that said they switched back just because of all the L glass they have. And like the comparison as far as Sony goes, there's not enough of it to compare with all the glass certain people have on this one. I don't know. And honestly, you could get really cheap prices with Sony lenses. Like as far as you could get really good prices on used Canon L lenses, and I don't know, man. I just can't decide. I'm stuck between new technology, better video recording, usable 4K, full frame 4K, not crop, and that's just my conundrum right now. So I would like your help. Let me guys know. This is my problem with Sony and Canon. So any advice would be greatly appreciated. If you guys want me to make any videos specifically for the 5D4 or the Sony, I'll try to make a video and probably pull it up, and I'll probably do an autofocus test with the kit lens and the kit lens for the Sony, and I'll do them at the same, what is this, on 20 to 75. I'll probably do like a 30 or 40 autofocus just to see how they are as far as the difference in Sony goes and how much of an actual difference it is. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Any questions, concerns, tips, anything, constructive criticism, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.